love light, greetings, blessings, and gratitude, soul family. My divinity to yours. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you are returning. Myself and Spirit, thank you for the support and the love, the kindness, the politeness, the respect, your appreciation and participation of the channel. I thank you for being committed and dedicated. I thank you for understanding, for thinking bigger and better and broader and brighter. And as a collective, family, soul group, soul energy, soul tribe, our love, our light is spreading far and wide. Indeed, we are working in our conscious, our subconscious and unconscious states of being, day and night, to increase the quotient of light. Thank you. 29 April 2024. 5 is change. Change for the better, change for the brighter, change from being stuck and imprisoned in a cocoon, in an enclosure, and now you're able to break free, to fly free, to gallop free, letting go, letting loose. And this is what the energy is today. The 5 connects with the Hierophant energy in the Major Tarot. Foundation, a system, a structure of many powerful directions, aspects, houses, in many different areas of our lives. Marital, institutional, governmental, educational, and so on. I discuss this in greater detail in the video that I've just uploaded on the 13th wedding anniversary of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. So you can get a little bit more there. So today I'll be talking about, and we will be doing a reading, a channeling, about the runaway horses in London. I tried to bring you this reading on Friday. I did set the intention and I began preparing, and we had a switch of energy and I had to do something else for you. So today it is here, and not everything goes as planned. And it is not a planning that I intended. And the reason I wanted to bring this energy through was specifically because of the symbolism of that energy that leans very closely to a major arcana of the Chariot. So let's talk about what happened. Just to give you a background, I'm sure a lot of you have read in detail. I haven't. I've just picked up a few lines from headlines. So it was said or mentioned, reported, that there were 5 runaway military horses from the Household Cavalry in Hyde Park Barracks that apparently unseated their riders, and 2 of those horses bolted through the streets of London, causing mayhem, chaos. And one was a white horse and one was a black horse, and apparently the white horse, I have seen a bit of the video, and emotionally devastating for me. That horse apparently collided into vehicles or a double-decker bus and was injured and bloodied. And I believe they recover these horses many miles into another street. So it had quite a distance of a gallop. And there were 3 soldiers that were injured and a cyclist as well. But it has been reported that those that were taken to hospital for minor injuries are doing well. And of course, the horses have been rescued and had gone, one underwent surgery, I'm assuming that's the white one, and everything seems to be back to normal in recovery. And how did this happen, I asked? Well, according to the reporting, this is something they do often, is introduce the horses out in the streets so they become tolerant and resonant to the public, the noise, familiar with the area and so on. You know, so they're not startled when they have to be out there performing and well composed. And what's apparently spooked them, they say, is some construction noises of things falling from height. So I'm not sure about that, if that is the actual. I have not seen any footage of that, so I cannot validate that. I'm giving you what I've read. So you can go read up and do more research on that. So that took place on the 24th of April. That was last Wednesday at approximately 8:40 a.m. during the morning rush hour. So you can imagine what that did and how dangerous that must have been, with motorists, with pedestrians, and of course you've got these horses on the run. I sat on it for a bit and I had mixed emotions, mixed energy, mixed thoughts about it. So I decided, Spirit, if this is something I feel I want to address as well, are you willing to come with me, join me? And of course, yes, Spirit always gives you the energy, frequency at the right time for the right reasons. So let's talk about the date. Right, this happened on the 24th of April, 2024, and that brings us to an energy of 9, which talks about ending of cycles, all types of endings, things coming to close, to closure, dismantling, collapsing, and so on. Right, 9 is also very resonant with the Hermit in Tarot, which is being locked in a cave or shut in a cave, shut out from the world, quiet, in the dark, in the peace, in the solitude. You know, your light, the light that is representative is not just a light in essence of being sunlight or an artificial light. It talks about taking out the light from within, finding enlightenment, you know, being enlightened, showing your light, expressing your light, leading by light. So going through the dark night of the soul, going through the processing of lots of things that are underground, underworld, etc., very closeted, very hidden, and you take time out to cleanse and purify and work through your issues and when you emerge from that space of being so remote and solitude, and you come out enlightened, at least you should come out enlightened. So much goes into that. So what is happening here? Something is dismantling and ending. Cycles are closing, chapters are closing, and there's a breaking free of energy from this dark environment. Something needs to come out to light. That's how I am reading this, in resonance with the numerology. And we have been talking about the collapsing and the dismantling and the shackling and the unearthing. And then I go on to breaking that date down, into smaller. So what I've done is I've taken the 24/04/2024 and I've dropped all the zeros. There's 2 only, but I've dropped them. And what did I end up with? 24, which adds up to 6, 42, which adds up to 6, and 24, which adds up to 6. And what does that bring us to? A 666 energy. Now, straight away, that stands out in negative tense. It is an apocalyptic energy. It is the evil, the devil, the beast, the Antichrist energy. So in the positive sense, 6 is your base energy as the first singular digit of a 666, which talks about self-mastery, inner mastery, enlightenment, spiritual balance, healing, divine connection, right? The as above, so below energy, meaning heaven on earth energy. It's a frequency that actually connects yourself to the angelic realm, the divine realm. Human equals angel, angel equals human, human plus angel, angel plus human. It depends on your level of advancement. It is also a time that when you're in this vibration of 6, you have the ability to communicate with spirit in a different way. So to bring that into a 666 trebles that vibration to an astronomical master vibration energy. And that is when you are in your divine essence, in your divine alignment, in positive. So what is happening here is there's a war going on of light and dark. And I have spoken about this already, that there is conflicting energy of light and dark. And we know that. We can see it. It's always been. So instead of light, the dark is choosing to suppress this energy by reversing the vibration into darkness. So instead of working with the angelic and higher realms, you work with the demonic and satanic realms, the evil realms. Right? Instead of being in your Christed consciousness, this is the energy of the Antichrist. So to me, as an observer of this energy, something has been taking place in that specific location, right, at a very intense energy for specific horses to react to it on the ground. But this is taking place in the underground, beneath the surface, in and the surrounding vicinity. So it's symbolic of bringing it out into the open, showing it out, bloodied, equals sacrifice, ritual, the staining of something pure, right? And this is left open for interpretation. I am not bringing forth an energy that I feel I want to play around with. I'm being very sincere by what I am saying, what I'm feeling, and it's showing you how, when we talk about it's coming out and it's coming near, and the timeline is shifting, the 3D to 5D shift is happening, and it will be happening at a speed. This is what we're talking about. So you've got to be vigilant. You've got to open your eyes and see things differently. There is much more to the meaning, the symbolism of what you are seeing or being led to believe. Right? In the Divine Channeling playlist, you will see I talk about breaking out of the 3D matrix and how you can help yourself transition. There's more coming in the series, and I'm taking a little bit of time between each one because I need as much of you to listen to it and to re-listen if you have to. Go back and play parts again to calibrate that understanding and energy, because this is where we're coming to. And when I bring you the next series, you will have understood and started processing what part 1 and 2 is. You're not just listening out of curiosity. You need to connect with this energy. You need to work with this energy. You need to help yourselves through the shift. If you want answers, then you need to raise your vibration to receive it, to understand it. But you can ask me all the questions. I can try best to answer them. There are some things I cannot share with you because you're not ready to receive it. The world is not ready to receive it. Well, I talk about the world. There's only a minority that will receive it and understand it and process it. But the rest are not yet. Therefore, I am doing it in a very sensitive way and as simplified as I can for everybody to understand. Even your 10-year-old or your 15-year-old will be able to listen to this. So with this black and white horse, right, symbolic of not just the fact that it's the black and white horse. Out of the lot, it was just these two colors that ran to break free. And it shows you how dark is so oppressive that it wants to continue to injure and tarnish and blemish and stain the light. Because the white horse was so bloodied. It was clear. It sent a trigger of pain to people. Fear, worry, concern. The black horse was probably injured, but you couldn't see the blood as distinctively or conspicuously as you did the white one. And how was it that the white one ended up injuring itself so badly? Well, two things can happen here. One, Spirit needed you to know what is actually happening and for you to see it so clearly, visibly. And it's like, how much more clear must I get? I am bringing you what is hidden in plain sight. And then second to that is the dark showing its power and insistence and persistence to wipe out the light. But if you look at the amount of blood that was there compared to the white of the horse, it's a remarkable difference. So it's showing you as well, if you look with refined eyes, that the white horse has much more white left, showing you the increase of light and how far it is spreading and how strong it is. That horse was injured, but it ran and ran and ran. It didn't collapse. It hit into a vehicle, a bus. It didn't collapse and die. And that is the strength and the power of light. You can go out there with a wounded hand, a wounded heart, But if your intent is pure, you will victor, you will triumph, you will succeed. And that is the motivation I want to give you all today. Right, so for me, this goes very deep. And not just bringing you a video out of curiosity. So the white horse and the black horse, very symbolic of the yin-yang energies, the masculine, feminine energies. The yin, which is your feminine, your yang is masculine, right? The dark and the light energies. And again, symbolic of the Chariot, right? I have the Chariot card in front of you. One of the very clear pictures in the decks, you see the black and white horse. So what is the Chariot energy about? Let's talk about that quickly. Right. It is the 7th major arcana. Right. Talks about movement, progression, advancement, your willpower, your hard work, your focus, your ability to focus, your direction, when to keep on straight and narrow, when to change lanes, when to make a turn. That's using your discernment to concentrate on your journey, on your path, not be distracted, not be tempted, not be influenced. Self-discipline, responsibility, trust. You are leading and guiding. So people are trusting you. If you drive a bus, you have passengers. The passengers are trusting that the driver will follow the regulations of the road and take them safely to their journey, on their destination, to their point of get off or stop, or their destination. Right? So a lot of trust goes into the one that's driving. You also need to be skilled in life, have good character and ethics, to be able to steer, to be that leader, that power center, that point of focus. Right, your determination, your concentration. I can talk about this card for a long time because it applies so clearly in our lives of travel, of movement, of locating, relocating. You know, every day we're moving, whether we're walking, whether we're driving, whether we're looking at something, but we're constantly moving. Our thoughts are moving, our blood is running its course. So very much energy, emotion. So let's just talk quickly about horses. Right. Horses are healing. I have a unicorn as a display. That's the closest I have to a horse. Horses are free-spirited. Right. They are strong. For me, it is strength, their stamina. When I look at a horse, it's about their freedom, their openness, their adventure, you know. I see a horse as a combination of fire and wind and lightning. And I say that because that fire, that ambition, that drive, that stamina, and then you've got that lightning in them, which is that speed, that strike, that dynamic authenticity about it. It's such a beautiful, majestic energy, but yet so graceful, like the wind, speed, refreshing, right? You hear their hooves in the ground, but their hair is so beautifully silent and flows and contours with the wind in their every gallop. So there's such a beautiful balance of their weight. You know, these animals are so intelligent and wise. They're hardworking. They have been man's companion through life for centuries as a means of transportation, a means of security, companionship, right? Directing man, changing course, you know, slowing down or picking up speed. And their healing abilities, their healing qualities is remarkable, that only in the very recent years has man realized the healing power of the horses. And they help the elderly. They can help you orientate, calm you down, lower your blood pressure, balance your physical body, help you to maneuver, to move. They help the attention deficit disorder children and the ADHD children as well. They also help autistic children by encouraging them to break free, to break open, to loosen up and lighten up. Right? So these are magnificent creatures, and they've been engineered from Sirius onto our planet, genetically modified by spirit and seeded here, and we need to love and respect them. They're very, very sensitive to energy and to vibration. Right? All the animals, and I've said to you before that as we move from 3D into 5D, the animals, the plants, all of nature is raising consciousness and vibration. So they're becoming extra sensitive to every energy, and it's not just physical sound, noise pollution. It is frequency that they are resonant with, vibration, planetary shifts, timeline jumps, right? So don't discount when animals react that they're just making a noise. They're giving you a warning, a signal, a prompting. They're alerting you, right? Because they are so sensitive to what is happening, and they are excellent personifications of expressing that. Right? They have all their finer senses refined. So this 666 energy clearly talks about the cult or the occult, practice of something that is underway, that is happening, hidden or revealed, right? So today I want to do the reading, asking Spirit to clearly present to us what this galloping through the streets was all about, because from what I read is these are routine practices and maintenances of the horses. They do this very often. It's not brand new to them, you know. So I'm sure over a lot of time they have been used to loud noises, construction work, helicopters, you know, traffic jams, hooting, honking, all sorts of things. So this is quite a eye-opener for us, you know. And we are moving into the 5th month, which is a different vibration of energy. What's also happened is we're out of retrograde on the Mercury's retrograde on the 25th of April, which means everything now that was slowed down, that was feeling backward and in hermit mode, is now catapulting forward, is breaking free, is coming back into life. And that means communication and motion in every way, right? So let us go to my questions. Let me find my questions quickly. It's nothing, I haven't written down anything on a personal level. It's everything general, because we need to determine what this is. So I'm welcoming the good and the not so good here, so we can find a balance and understanding of interpretation from what Spirit is telling us. Now remember, we will only get what we need to know at this time. So I will put this card back into that deck, the first deck. Divine Spirit of Light, Mother, Father, Creator. The Empress at the bottom of the deck. And the Hermit. Let's just see one more. And the Page of Cups. Oh, well, let me show you what was peeping out. The Last Judgment. Divine Spirit of Light, Mother, Father, the Supreme, the Immaculate, the Articulate of all creation and procreation, of the Trinity. I ask you now, through love and light, greetings and gratitude in advance, for your presence and essence. I invite and welcome you into my space, to cloak me with your protection, your heart, the channel, and all of our beautiful souls of light that are listening. Thank you. Spirit, you have been present through the preamble, the introduction, and you are aware that we need to determine the vibration of this particular event, happening, occurrence with the runaway horses in London on the 24th of April. I ask you to bring me clear messages. Thank you. I ask you please to reveal to us the energy of this particular incident, occurrence. Thank you. What was this energy about? Show us. Death. Death. Six of Cups, Lord of Pleasure, sacrifice of children. Six of Cups. In the traditional death, you would see pictures of children. So this has been going on for very long. It is a long and deep-seated problem. It goes back historically. Right, can you see these cups just fill each other? It's an intertwined energy that goes back for a long, long time. It's a practice through the ages. We have the Four of Pentacles. Holding on to this regime and this practice for a long time, controlling it, guarding and protecting it with their life, with everything, for aeons of time. I chose this deck specifically for its color, black and white, the Hermetic deck. What else? Hanged Man in reverse. The entire lot had come out in reverse. Hanged Man. So, in the upright, there's a man hanging upside down by one leg, hopefully reaching the earth with the energy of enlightenment. In reverse is this no longer can stay in hangman mode. It is now being released. It's got to turn back on its feet and come out. Be exposed. The waiting game is over. Right. In this mode, the triangle is pointing up. Hopefully you would get enlightenment. In this mode, what Spirit is now saying, I am bringing it to earth and I'm letting you all know what's going on. Because we can no longer wait. And we have everything here in reverse. The Two of Pentacles, the Wands, the Eight of Cups, everything. So a lot is happening. The bottom is the Emperor again, and the Hermit in the very same spot. So what's going on in this particular place needs to come out to light. And I think in the preamble we spoke about that. Things need to come out. Things need to be revealed. Show us more, please. The Devil. The Devil. Now, I cannot make this up. Even if I tried, it will not come out this way. The Tower, right? The breaking, the dismantling, the crashing, the crumbling, the tumbling. It's falling, it's coming out. Right? We spoke about the lightning speed of, or the energy of lightning in a horse. There's your lightning bolts, all directions. The Moon, whatever is hidden in the shadows in the dark, has to come out. It has to be revealed. The veils are thinning. The timelines are shifting. If you're not on the same energy band, you will drop off. Three of Swords. This pain, this heartache, this bleeding, this upheavals, this death that's causing the stopping of a heartbeat has to stop. It has to stop. So any other message? Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. A feminine energy. So who's the Queen of Cups? I know who the Queen of Cups is. So there's an involvement with this energy. The Queen of Cups. There's the Chariot trying to peep. Seven of Wands. Protecting. Guarding. Putting up boundaries to protect this practice. But here's the Chariot. It says no. There's God, the Wand, saying, I'm sorry. The truth must come out with the Queen of Swords. God taking action, helping the animals to work on his behalf as the boots on the ground, the hooves on the ground. Can you see how God, the divine, works in mysterious ways? Don't question when and how. Yes, of course, it's natural, it's normal, and I don't judge you. Trust me, I don't. But I am saying, be open for the things that will come. Raise your vibration, raise your awareness, raise your frequency and align with the universe, and more will come. Do not just sit there and say, I pray for change. What are you saying? What are you doing? How are you participating? What effort are you putting in? Do not leave it for the minority. It is a heavy burden to bear. join the force of light. So this chariot, this movement of divine justice and divine intervention can happen at lightning speed. Spirit can only respond to the frequency that we are emanating, that we are vibrating on. And I'll tell you why. Can you imagine when there is a tremor of 3.5? It is earth shaking, right? And you think, oh, it was just a teaser. Everything's fine. And then you get one that goes on the scale at about 7 and you've got damage, right? So what I am saying here is you need to raise your vibration to meet that 7 if you want big damage, big change, big difference. You can't sit in 3.5 and expect something that needs to come with a 9.5 magnitude wafting through. What will happen? It will destruct. Are you ready for that? Even then we will be complaining. Not so. So when we raise the vibration, we can receive the magnitude of that energy to resonate with it in a harmonious way. Thank you, Spirit. At the bottom is the Magician, the Ace of Swords, we have the Hermit again, and we have the Knight of Cups. That's beautiful, isn't it? Light. So you see me here with the Chariot. I will put it back into the center of the deck and shuffle. Divine Spirit, can you tell us? I didn't even complete the question. Okay, you tell us. Let me leave it there. You tell us. Nine of Wands. Funny looking creature sitting on what looks like a boar, I think. A whole lot of arrows pointed at it. And there's someone hidden in the shadows. So what's happening? The 9, an ending, a dismantling of the dark. Whatever was hiding in the shadows will now have to be set free and judged. Can you see all arrows pointing, all wands pointing at the target? So this cycle is now dismantling itself and can no longer be hidden in the dark, in the underground, the underworld for much longer. The King of Swords. There's the dragon of higher consciousness, which is watching and overseeing, and here's the sword of truth. The truth must break free. The Two of Wands. Now look at this. Burning of, I think, a man-made figurine of a human being, a woman, made of sticks, dried sticks that they are now setting alight. A purification, making the right choices, going on the right team, supporting the right vibration, illuminating the world with all these dots of light, right? And empowering that. You have the power in your hands. You have the power to take the effort and light up the world. Can you see she's sitting and doing that? So what is stopping you? God is saying, the divine is saying, I have given you the power, the intellect. I'm giving you the tools. I'm creating awareness. I am showing you what is happening in your world. What are you sitting and doing about it? Will you sit there and watch, complain, accept, question, or are you going to be active, a participant? The bottom of the card deck is death. The Emperor just keeps showing up, eh? There's the Queen of Cups again. The Emperor and the Queen of Cups. So this is a joint effort, a joint activity. Using practices with the High Priestess in a negative way. Ritualistic practices. To bring about that death. And that is our first card, death. Any other message from this deck? You're clearly showing us how we need to help the situation be brought out. What else, Spirit? Let's try one more. Nothing. Nothing from this deck. I have said what I needed to say. It is now for you to act. No matter how long it goes on, we can take a moment to tell you and for you to heed it. We can take hours to tell you and you may not heed it. So what do you decide? The Knight of Cups, the Three of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. There's the White Horse. The expansion, the awareness being brought into light about this world. There's the Five of Cups and the sadness this brings, the deception it brings. So, can you show us now, what is this linked to? What is this linked to? Spirit says, I've already told you all of that. Five of Wands, a battle between light and dark. A battle of such dark forces in non-physical format with your physical format. Two different realms of entities are in this. And today you sit in a vibration of 5, not so. Change this, I say. Or you go down in the wrong energy. And we are trying to save you. Temperance. At the bottom is the devil. Is the devils of the dungeons. the underworld. Change it to that. Bring heaven down. Get rid of this underworld. Get rid of this underworld. Which do you choose? Look at these cards and see which do you choose. The underworld or the upper world. We are asking you to change this into a balance of heaven on earth. This is what sits at the bottom, and this is the problem at the bottom, meaning below, underground, underneath, that has been hidden, that's been a battle of war for a long time. King of Pentacles. It has brought a great amount of wealth to your world. To control this wealth. To control your health. To control your world. It is time to return this wealth and good health back to the world. And how do you do that? By being the rainbows. By being the children of different color. And I do not speak of it in a literal sense. I mean vibration, your magic, your beauty, your whimsy, your mystic, your artistic, in a literal and a metaphoric sense. By growing your wings, and helping us with the work. And you know very well how to do this. You have been given tools for this work of light magic. What else, Spirit? Spirit says, put this back and let them see the magic of the unicorn. The ability to be on earth and still take flight. To have the unicorn's horn of light, of light. What else? Is there any other message, Spirit? Yes, there is. There's always messages. But are you heeding them? The Eight of Swords, the Hermit, and the Star. Get out of this state. In the literal sense. This is what those horses were trying to teach you. They have been trapped in those confinements, imprisoned, ruled, controlled, like you humans have. And some of you under better living conditions. Do you think that they are happy where they are? Do you think that every one of them is treated kindly? You do not know what happens in those confinements. We do. Break free. We are holding the torch with you. Break free. It is the ending. And this is what we want to say. Heaven on earth. The stars shine bright, not just in the sky. They shine in your heart, in your eyes, in your hands, in your lands. At the bottom is the world. This is what you want to see. We talk about the unity and the prosperity, and this is what it looks like. Create it, and you will have this almost at a blink of an eye. Can you imagine the joy of that, the magic of that? Help us help you create it. The Queen of Swords. At the bottom is the Knight of Cups. That's what you want. A beautiful sky with lush green pastures and the love and respect and companionship of purity and balance and harmony and satisfaction and fulfillment. Do not turn your back on the world. Face your world and bring through the new fragrances, the new earth, the new blossoms. Change your mind, your concept of life, your thinking, and create the vision for a new world. Thank you, Spirit. In closing, please do share a message from this deck. At the bottom is 9. End the old cycles for this new harvest, these new gardens, the new joys. 35 is the anchor, the moon and the birds. So what are we saying? Anchor what will provide and sustain this world. It is your work and effort, your commitment to bring through and activate these templates to have an eternal and a brand new energy pattern, a geometry for a brand new earth. We ask you to anchor it, meaning to ground it, to manifest it, to balance it. Imagination, intuition, inspiration are the words I highlight here. Use your imagination. It is not nothing. It is everything. With that comes inspiration. In breath, respiration. Take in to respiration your inner consciousness and bring out inspiration. And together you will awaken intuition. the birds. Stop chitter chatter. Stop encouraging and participating in energy you do not need to be involved in. Get excited instead about this new vibration that is coming. That the birds on the ground that go there to feed, and when they're done, do they hang around to be eaten? No. They get up and get to safety on the treetops. So what am I saying to you? Go there for what you need and leave. You do not need to hang around, hover around, be a nuisance to yourself and pick up unnecessary psychic energy that is not for your vibration. Gossip, small talk, unnecessary social activity. Raise your consciousness and fly high. Sit outside and wait for the wind to bring you a message. You do not need to be sitting indoors with somebody to keep them company against your free will. Go and wait outside, and the divine will bring you a message. Beloved children of earth, not for a single moment are you ever left alone. If you do not see us with your physical eyes, it does not mean that we are not there or here. We are. We are constantly nudging you, touching you, poking at you, in your ear, in your face, in your path, tickling you, rattling your cages, pulling the rug from under your feet, but you are not paying attention. But at the same time, we hear you shouting and screaming as if it is our fault. Do you think that that is fair? That that is just? That that gives you reason to be right? That we are at your beck and call? Sober up, pucker up, get up, clean up. Time is up. I love you. I take my leave. Family of light, I love you. I thank you for your understanding and patience in this message. I have a very heavy head. It's been like moving through two different realms here. A light and a dark. A light and a heavy. It's like going down the same channel, but you're being pulled in two different directions to understand and experience something. It may be a heavy read for you. Stop and return when you feel ready. But I do know there's a lot of you that like to do it in a sitting. It is a lot to take in, and I always say, do it in doses so that you can ingest the energy properly and assimilate it through understanding and of course process it. And as always, the readings are length because we need to bring you what you need to hear, what is real, what is precise, concise. as we live in light and shine our inner torches bright. Our divine oneness is triggered for humanity's wellness. This grand ascension and blessing, a great togetherness, a planetary, a cosmic foreverness. I send you halos and hugs. I send you lots of love and blessings. I love you. I thank you. Until next.